Welcome to Creative Real Estate Investing. This is Frances Chau, your coach and mentor. Today we are in episode 3 of Fridays with Frances. My students Tommy and Ashley would like to know, how do I handle the 50% who are not motivated sellers? Well, Tommy and Ashley, you don't want to use the same script for motivated sellers as you do for investors, rehabbers, real estate agents, or wholesalers. Next, you need to know how to differentiate the good wholesalers from the bad ones. The ones who know what a good deal looks like must be put in your pocket. The ones who do not know how to compute the Mayo formula do not belong in your pocket. Always leave a calling card for those motivated sellers whom you cannot help, due to the fact that their property is way outside of the price range that your investors are looking for. And if the motivated seller says that he doesn't have that many vacant properties in his neighborhood, he can always find one on the way home from work and give you a call. In exchange, you will be paying him $500 to $1,000 for the deals that you have closed for which he has found. Thank him kindly and let him know that you're looking forward to his call. And if you ever come across a wholesaler who has found a cash buyer for the deal that he's working on, first congratulate him and then leave your calling card.
Making sure that I don't forget to say, well, here's my contact information, let me know about any future deals. So just making sure to keep that in mind and state that when I do run across, a wholesaler.
Right. So it doesn't matter if it's a wholesaler or a motivated seller or a real estate agent. You let them know that you're here. If they have friends or family they want to refer you to that have other deals,
Yeah.
If you hear that they are an investor or a wholesaler, right? You need to ask them, oh, are you an investor? Do you have more than one properties? Are you a landlord? Landlords investors are different from flip investors, rehab investors, right? Because one of them buys and holds, which is the landlord investor, and the other one is just looking for a quick deal. So before you can add them as a part of your investor profile, you got to ask them, are you a landlord investor? If so, how many properties do you currently own?
Mm-hmm.
If you're a rehab investor, are you working on any rehabs right now?
Mm-hmm.
If you're a contractor, can I come by and see your work? Because later on, when you need to rehab one of your properties, you don't know what that person's quality is, so you got to vet them. So part of vetting them is walking through their job site. Okay? But you can't ask that of an investor. No investor has to share his job site with you. A rehabber is not going to share his job site with you, but a contractor will, because he wants to show off his quality of work so you can use him on future deals. Make sense? So you got to gauge who you're talking to. You can't use the same script for everybody. It doesn't make sense. And you notice that, you're looking for sale by owners, but guess what? More than 50% of them are wholesalers and agents and somebody you really don't want to talk to. So the best way to look for deals is still driving for dollars, looking for vacant properties, and FSBO signs in front of somebody's property. Okay? Because chances are they're a Charlie deal. Okay? So, Tommy, you haven't learned about Charlie's deal yet because that's your next lesson on seller financing. But the truth is, when you are at Charlie's age in your 70s, you're not going to know how to use the computer to put it on Zillow, Craigslist, or anywhere else. Okay? So all you do is stick a for sale by owner sign on the front lawn because you don't want to pay 6% to a real estate agent. And sometimes it works in our favor because they don't know what the value of the neighborhood is, and you don't need to tell them over the phone. Don't ruin the deal. So they're going to say, oh, well, I've got the for sale by owner sign on the front lawn and I'm asking for $80,000. He thinks that that's his value. But the neighborhood, when you go do your research, is like 110. So even the seller doesn't know his own value, and you're not going to be the one to say, oh, why are you asking for 80 when the rest of the neighborhood is worth 110? You shouldn't do that. You just lost $30,000 in equity if you do that, okay? So if he thinks he's selling it for top dollars at $80,000 and it needs no repairs, then you better hurry up and put it on contract. But if it does have repairs, the reason why we have to do walkthrough is because they can say it doesn't need repairs, but when you go there, everything is broken. Or what looks good to them does not look good to you at all, and you have to like revamp everything, right? So you don't know that until you walk through the property. And I know that on a rainy day, or if it's too hot outside, or in some parts of the country it's snowing, you don't want to go driving for dollars. So the lazy way is to drive for dollars online, okay? That's only one way. But there are many ways to find a motivated seller, okay? If you're using Real Acquisitions, another listing service, you can find distressed properties or distressed owners, okay, that are not listed on Zillow, Trulia, Craigslist, the MLS, okay? They're not listed on there. So how do you find these deals? These are things that you have to figure out. So Ashley and I think we just discovered at Jet Lending event that Real Acquisitions, you know, to pay $127 per month, you don't get access to the vacant properties. Okay, we don't quite know how they got those vacant properties, so we still got to figure out where this list is coming from, because if they're giving it to us, how many other investors are they giving it to, right? Just the same way, they really don't care. Just the same way that, you know, you asked your question earlier, well, if Ashley came up with the same FSBO list that Tommy came up with, then why are we both calling the same property owner? It's because people build different rapport with the seller. And so if you build a stronger rapport, chances are you're going to get the deal. Okay? So even though there are hundreds of people calling the same seller, for some reason he talks to you and he doesn't want to talk to anybody else. That is quite the compliment. Okay? So something about you stood out. Something about you says, hey, I want to work with you, rather than, you know what, I'll just email you the information, but I really won't. I just want to get you off the phone. Okay?
To be the best deal closer in creative real estate investing, you must be the one to build better rapport. Those who build great rapport will close the most deals. Thank you so much for joining me in today's episode of Fridays with Francis. Join me next time for another learning episode. Have a wonderful weekend.